Hey guys, Mike B. Rowland here. I had a good comment on a video topic today. Guy asked me about eating on the road. And man, is that ever a good topic. But first, before we go any further, let me first say my son now goes to Purdue. So no, you can say all you want about IU. We're not big IU fans in this household anymore. Yeah, we'll just I just wear the shirt because it was free. Anyway, no, no, that's a really good topic, man. Because there's so many different angles to it. I used to be able to go out on the road and take $100 in my pocket and leave out Sunday afternoon or Monday morning, and then be out all week long, run 3 rounds to Detroit, be back home usually Thursday, whatever, and I'd still have money left over. And man, in these last few years, it's to the point now where I have to leave out with about $120 to $130 in my pocket, and that's by eating, smaller meals. Trying to watch what I eat because I'm putting on a bunch more weight, and I got to, get back on my diet, which is another thing I wanted to go into. But it's getting uber expensive to eat out here. Of course, all these truck stops you go to now, it's all fast food restaurants. That's all they have. About the healthiest thing you could get would be Subway. But how in the hell they expect you to lose any weight at all eating an entire loaf of freaking bread with a sandwich is beyond stupid. It's ridiculous. Uh, the one thing I did is I'm a big boy. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm over 300 pounds, but I'm 6'3", so I carry my weight pretty good. But I'm still a big boy, and I don't want to be this big. I went on a diet before, and it was easy to do in a truck. Is the reason I mentioned it in this video. Is pardon my finger, but I took the bandage off to let it kind of air out a little bit. But you can see there the fingernails gone, and they got it all stitched up where it blew the tip out. But it's looking a little bit better. Still hurts like the dickens, but it's doing better. Figure I'll let it scab over instead of being damp all the time. That can't be good for it. But so anyway, I went on a diet a while back, and I did the keto diet. And keto diet, I mean, my God, it was amazing, awesome. But myself, not doing a whole lot of research, I started off in carnivore, and I naturally progressed over to carnivore diet because I'm not a big vegetable eater. I don't like broccoli and cauliflower and all the cruciferous vegetables that you could eat on the keto diet. Not a big fan, but I love meat. I love bacon, eggs, sausage, red meat. Love it. Chicken, pork. Any kind of meat you want to throw at me, I'm game. I love it. But I like meat and taters. So, basically carnivore is just take away the bread and the taters and, the sugar and just eat the meat and the eggs and everything. And man, I just naturally kind of slid into that diet. And another thing I did on that diet was because the red meat and everything that I was eating was so calorically dense, one meal, which might be a ribeye and, 3 or 4 eggs, I was so stuffed when I finished eating that. I would literally eat once a day. Didn't even realize what I was doing is what they call intermittent fasting on top of the carnivore diet, which multiplied my weight loss. And I'm not exaggerating one bit when I tell you, in 3 months, doing zero exercise out of my ordinary day, I changed nothing. My normal movements, my normal daily habits, driving the truck, no exercise, no lifting weights, nothing. 3 months on the carnivore diet with intermittent fasting, I lost 58 pounds. Not exaggerating a bit. And I'm getting ready to do that again, which is one of the things I want to talk about in this video. It's getting harder to find. Back when I did the carnivore diet, McDonald's had the breakfast all day. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm totally burnt out on McDonald's. But I still really like their breakfast sandwiches, eggs and sausage and bacon. I mean, you can't hardly go wrong with that. So what I used to do is I'd go in there and buy. Of course, they had them on sale too before all this inflation crap kicked in. You could go in there and get 3 or 4, or like the sausage, egg, and cheese. Sausage, egg, and cheese muffins, egg muffin I call it, sausage, egg muffin. Yeah, you could get like buy one get one, 2 for $3. So I'd go in there and get 4 of them or 6 of them, and then I'd just throw all the muffins out, or I could order them without a muffin. They'd put them on a salad dish. That would be my food for the entire day. I mean, you eat 4 sausage patties, 4 eggs, 4 slices of cheese, you're pretty full. It was a good meal, and it was cheap. And another thing I do in my truck, in order to do that diet, I had a 1500 watt power inverter, which I think I may need to get another one, because now they've invented these air fryers, which, I'm sorry, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread, man. Those air fryers are freaking awesome. But I've got an extra one. We just replaced ours, and I've got the spare. And I think it's going to be a little too big for my 1500 watts. So I may have to upgrade to a 2000 or even a 3000 watt inverter, which, you've got the heavy enough battery cables on the 1500. It'll be just unplug this one and plug that one in. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. And company drivers out there that are interested in doing this stuff too, the companies will, most of the time, they'll put an inverter. If they don't put it in there for you, they won't complain if you want one put in your truck, because they understand you're trying to live healthy, and you need to be able to cook your own food in the truck to save money. Most truck drivers out there, I can't say all, but many truck drivers out there are bringing cold cuts from the house, and they're buying these little 12 volt warming coolers. And a good friend of mine out on the East Coast, one of my best friends, Mikey, you know what I'm talking about. He he just bought one of them little, it's like a panini press grill, but it's not really a press. It's a grilled cheese machine, like a grilled cheese sandwich making machine. And he showed me a picture of a sandwich that he pulled off of it the other day while I was talking with him on the phone, and I could hear him just plowing into that sandwich. That was a good looking sandwich, a little 12 volt machine. I thought, how awesome is this? They got all these cool little trinkets that you can put in your truck. But like the main things I'm going to have in my truck, I want an air fryer so I can cook anything, hamburger patties, some bratwurst, some sausages, whatever it is I want to cook. You just got to watch the sugar that they add to them. But one of the second things that I already have that I just love is one of them little, I don't know, it's like a 14 by 10 propane tank, screws into the little valve there. Your little camping propane tanks, little green ones, and it's a propane grill, and I cook ribeyes on there. And I tell you, this is going to sound crazy, but it's cheaper to live on ribeye steak all week long than it is to try to eat these fast food places. Now, let me quantify that. You go to McDonald's and you get a double quarter pounder meal, large with a Coke, or a quarter pounder with cheese. You can't hardly get out of McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, none of them, for like $12, $13, $14. I don't go to the store and buy steaks off their shelves because I don't trust their meat. I buy half a cow at a time from a local farmer because I know how he raises the cattle, and it's some of the best beef I've ever had. But those that don't have access to that, there's Walmarts and Kroger's and Myers, and they're all over the place where you can fit a truck into their parking lot and go in there and buy just like a 2-pack of, you don't even have to have the top of the line creme de la creme, the USDA choice. Just get whatever red meat you can get. And when you're on a carnivore diet, you actually want meat that has more fat in it. You want the fat. You need the protein and the minerals and the nutrients from the red meat, but you also need the fat for your body to run on. Just trust me on this. But you can go in there and buy 6 ribeye steaks and eat on that for 6 days. Nice, good, thick, 1 pound, 16-ounce steaks. Or you can go to the butcher and tell them, I need steaks cut, whatever thickness it takes to get them to be about 16 ounces per steak, and buy 6 of those for less money than you'll spend eating McDonald's and Subway and Hardee's and blah, 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 blah. And literally, you eat a 16-ounce ribeye, I promise you're full. If not, buy some ground beef and make your own hamburger patties. And when you're grilling that ribeye, grill you a hamburger if you need more than 16 ounces. Myself, 16 ounces, as big as I am, that typically filled me up. But that's what I'm getting ready to do again. And I can't recommend it high enough. You look at the truck drivers out there, we're not getting any fitter, folks. There's a bunch of tiny 290s running around out there. And there's some big-ass truck drivers. Some big boys. Don't know how they're fitting behind a steering wheel kind of big boys, and we're not getting any leaner. We're not getting the exercise we should be getting. And, it's the carnivore diet. Even as a truck driver, you don't have to move more, but I would recommend moving more. They got the whole seat crunches where you literally sitting there driving down the road, you're just picking your knees up to the steering wheel and then setting your feet back on the floor. That works on your core. You can buy little 10-pound dumbbells while you're driving down the road and just sit there and do little arm curls, because the more you work your muscles, the more you burn fat. But you're going to lose fat. Really, you're going to burn fat really, really fast on the keto or the carnivore diet. But the more muscles you use, the more you multiply that fat burning effect, and of course the better you feel, which is a side effect of the keto diet. When you get off of burning the sugar, all the sugar that's stored in your body, That's why it's called the keto diet, because your body stores fat in cells called ketones. And when it runs out of sugar, it switches over, starts burning fat, and it breaks those particles apart, and it burns that ketone particle. And you will feel, I'm 47 years old, get ready to turn 48 here in just a few days. I felt 25 years old again. Your energy just boom through the roof. I had to cut my fingernails twice a week because the health, my hair started shining, what little bit I got left. You're energetically, all my arthritis, all your swelling, your aches and pains in your body, gone. 1 week. You do the carnivore for 1 week, and as God is my witness, your arthritis will at least diminish massively, if not go completely away. But it has so many benefits, that diet, and I highly recommend anybody out there driving down the road in a truck looking to lose weight, look into the carnivore diet. And I'll give you a channel shout out. His name's Dr. Ken Berry. I'll see if I can tag him in this video. Maybe I can get him to get on there and take y'all's questions. But I'll show you his YouTube channel is just Dr. Ken Berry, Berry. He's a general practitioner out of Tennessee. Him and his wife, is it Keisha, I believe it is. They each have their own YouTube channel. Every Monday they do a live event and they take questions or whatever. But he is just an awesome researcher and very knowledgeable on the diet and what it does for the human body. And he calls it the right diet for the human body, not the standard American diet. It's actually what we're supposed to be eating is eggs and meat and the occasional berries or whatever's in season. That's how our ancestors, it's ancestrally correct, is I think how he calls it. But look up his YouTube channel if you want to know more about the keto carnivore diet. He's carnivore, but keto's great too, and he'll admit it. Keto is fine, but carnivore that's where it's at. But yeah, look up Dr. Ken Berry on YouTube. He's got hundreds and hundreds of videos. It's awesome. But like for me, I even thought about, I wasn't going to take the channel down this path, but now that somebody's mentioned it, let's just jump in head first. I thought about doing maybe a group thing, where we can all share our stats, like have a day where we have, okay, I'm interested in doing you can do like a challenge, maybe do a weight loss challenge or something like that. Let's, lose 30 pounds in, 60 days or, something attainable for pretty much anybody. If you go on the keto carnivore diet, you're going to lose, if you need to diet, you're going to lose 30 pounds in 60 days. Yeah. I lost 58 pounds in 90 days. Trust me, you're going to lose weight. But I thought maybe we do something like that, get a bunch of people together. If you're interested in maybe doing something like that, give me I'm interested in the comment section or something like that. And maybe we can get together and pick a start date and root each other on and post each day on a video, or I'll do an update and we'll say, okay, everybody attached to this video, what's your weight loss for this week or whatever. We can do 30 days, 60 days, 90 or a year. Who knows? See how many truck drivers we could turn their life around by, like for me, I'd like to shed about 65 freaking pounds. I'd like to get back down around 240 pounds. I felt great at 240. Hell, I wore size 36 jeans again. It was freaking awesome. I'm all the way back up in my 42s now because I got off the diet and just quit worrying about it. And over about 3 years, I just put the weight right back on, It's a lifestyle change. It's not just a lose weight and then go back to eating tater chips and ice cream kind of a thing, which is what I did. And that's my crutch. Man, I got to have my soda pop. Love it. Love my soda pop. But when you're on the diet, yeah, that's a no-no. Water, coffee. I like, my buddy Mikey calls it my foo-foo coffee. You put creamer and sugar in your coffee, that's, he has a word for it that's not real politically correct. But, you don't want to drink coffee like that. That's foo-foo coffee. But I love my cream and sugar, so I use stevia sweetener and I use heavy whipping cream instead of creamer, because I want the fat, but I don't want all the carbs. It's just cutting the carbs out of your diet. It's pretty cool. But maybe if y'all are interested, let me see it in the comments. Heck, even if we can get 5 or 10 people that want to do it, it'd be some like a side project that we could do along with the channel and the normal questions that come along. I think it'd be kind of interesting. But plus, it ain't going to hurt hardly any of us to lose weight. Come on, let's be real. But anyway, yeah, that's it, man. Just don't go out there and eat a bunch of fast food. That's what a lot of these truck drivers do. And just take a look at your average. Take a look at 10 truck drivers. Well, let me bring this point up. Everybody likes to rag on all these foreign drivers that are in here driving, but you don't see too many great big old fat foreign drivers in here driving. They're in a lot better shape than a standard American truck driver. Are we going to be outdone? I think not. I think we can do better. So let's do a challenge. Anyway, just wanted to hit it up on that video, and y'all like, subscribe, and if you're interested, just put like a thumbs up. I'm interested. I'm interested in the challenge. That way, I know specifically who it is, and let's see if we can't put something together. I think it'd be cool. All right, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you later.